Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to do a quick trade review on my trade for today. Um, it's a pretty simple day. It wasn't overcomplicated, very easy, just a continuation breakdown. Um, just following the fade, right? Primarily for me, most of my trades are mean reversion trades. So I always have a PT. Um, I always have a PT. Yesterday, the PT was the 15 minute 200 EMA. But the swing target, sometimes intraday, um, is the 8 EMA on the daily. Now, you're going to ask, why did I cover so early? Because sometimes, I don't trade the day two as often, so it's lack of conviction, I guess. Not exactly lack of conviction. I guess more of just don't overstay my welcome. I didn't want to overstay my welcome. I just wanted to take the single, walk away, and just go relax. Relax, do this little review, just enjoy my day, prepare for tomorrow, and just wait for the next big play, right? So I took the single. It was nice. I mean, it's not really a single. I mean, this is a good trade. I mean, it's hard to single for me would be like 3,000. This could be considered a home run, right? And I took the trade, and it worked out perfectly. Of course, I did cover early. Um, Sometimes sometimes my patience to wait for the PT that I know works doesn't always come into play. Sometimes I lose patience. But I took the trade, and I want to talk about a few key factors here. I tweeted something today about being careless but not reckless. Okay, and when I say that, um, I think a lot of people don't understand exactly what I even mean. It came a point in my trading where I became very careless, but I never became reckless, meaning I didn't care if I lost or won. Either it's a winner or a loser. I say it every time I get in a trade on Discord. Listen, this could either go and I lose or win. It's never a profitable trade until I'm out of the trade, right? Because even if it dipped here, I'm green. But now if it reclaimed, you know, I'm no longer green, right? So my mindset is never I'm in a winning trade. I'm in a trade with good probability, and either it's going to work or it's not, and that keeps me in the sense of I'm not just scaring out. I mean, obviously, of course, I did cover early, but like I said, I just wanted to get my money and leave. Um, yeah, so that's what I did. I took the trade. I had no fear. I was not reckless. I was careless. Either it's going to work or it's not, right? Zero control. I got in here. You ask why? Well, I know it was a little illiquid, but I'm not taking a lot of shares. I took 3,000 shares, and I had my risk originally right here 30 over under 30, right? Really, it was like 30-24. It's not exact. If it reclaims over here, I'm probably just going to get out. I didn't want to do red green because it's so illiquid. Sometimes you get a bid up to over, and it's really nothing. It's a lot of noise. It's not significant. So I got in. I like the price. It's really a 2 to 2.5 hour trade. Most of my trades are 2.5 to 4, and then I get the real big home runs where it's like 6, 7, 8 R. That's just it's just how it is. It's realistic. It's so that I took the single. Whatever. I took the trade and I got out and I walked away. Made my money and walked away. On average, I'm really only taking one trade a day, sometimes two, if that. A lot of times I don't trade, right? But as a trader, I understand when the opportunity shows. Do I have the fear? Did I prepare when it was slow? Am I able to capitalize when the market tells me this is your time to capitalize? Correct. Um, so I capitalized on it and I walked away. I'm not going to go trading all these other things that are running. They don't fit my setups. So I take my single, whatever you want to call it, and just walk away. I mean, 6,000. I mean, it's great, right? It's great. So the concept of the trade is it's really the same thing, right? It's just a continuation, meat on the bone to the 8 EMA on the daily. Had the red day, right? Continuation red day. and that's literally it, right? More times than not, they go down to the 8 EMA on the daily. For example, we see Nvidia. Well, Nvidia is a different case, correct? Nvidia would have been a big outlier intraday move. Okay, so Nvidia on this day right here, same setup, basically went down to 8 on the daily intraday. So it wasn't a swing. SMCI went down to the 8 on the daily intraday, right? So I see this one, and it hasn't, it still has room to go down. So therefore, I see another trade opportunity to take more downside on this trade, right? We still have a ton of downside, and I think this is the highest probability of downside right here. And I see it up here. I'm going to take the trade. Very simple, control my risk. And that was basically it. It's just a continuation of yesterday's trade, right? To the second PT, right? First PT was the 15. Now it's it's gapping down. It's having that second red day. We still have room. More times than not, it will go back to this 8 EMA on the daily chart. So I took the trade, knew my risk, and I got out and walked away. I did cover early. Some patience for me is never perfect. I have days where I hold and I do great. And I have days where I don't want to overstay the welcome. And this one I just didn't want to overstay my welcome. I took my profits and I left. And now tomorrow's another day. I won't trade the rest of the day. I usually after the morning I'm done. I don't sit here all day. Um, Unless it's a swing market, a solid swing market. But I just took my profits and I ran. It's not rocket science. It's just a continuation down to the second PT. Most important thing as always is risk. And once it broke low a day, right about here, I said in the chat, I'm gonna mitigate my risk down to 1,500. And yeah, I mean, I don't believe you need. It's a high probability play, so you don't need 10R. It's not realistic. I see people doing it all the time, like every day. A lot of R's. Um, it's not me. Um, so I took the trade, made some money, and now I'll be done for today. Very simple. Zero stress trading, no stress at all. The most important factor of why I had zero stress is because when I went into the trade, I knew right away, like, look, I'm gonna risk 3 grand. Right? If it works, I can mitigate that when it goes in my favor a little bit. But I'm willing to risk 3 grand. I like the probability. I fully accept my dollar risk, so there was never stress. Yeah, I only made 6,000 on 3 grand risk. But like I said, um, not every trade has to be 10R, right? When you have enough experience, you'll understand that. If you don't, and you think, when you get experience, you'll understand that not every trade has to be a high R trade. Probability is important in terms of risk reward. Obviously, if you have a very low probability, you want a high reward name, right? So it depends who you ask. But that was basically it. It's just a continuation breakdown, second red day, back to the mean reversion trading 101. It's going back to a normal trend. And now when it gets here, it's either going to continue down. At that point, more for me, it's a little random, or it's going to go sideways, consolidate, and then make another leg up. But that was this trade. Very simple, very dumbed down trading. Like I said, I am a dumb trader. I'm not dumb, but my trading style is extremely dumb. Right? I don't put myself in a position of second guessing and overcomplicating the game. I just know my risk. I know probability, and I know when to add into certain winners. Correct. Um, and that's all I do as a trader. It's very easy. I don't overcomplicate the game. I'm not trying to sound like the smartest. I'm not over here forecasting markets. I let the trade come to me, and I execute, and I move on to the next. Either it wins or it loses. I know long term, my probability, I will be a profitable trader. I'm right more times than not, but as always, if this didn't work, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to have my hard stop in, and I'm going to cut it. Right. I was ready to cut it pre-market. I have discipline to cut it, and I would have cut it, and it worked. So that was basically it. Very simple. There's not really much else to talk about. I mean, it was a simple plan, simple trade, stress free. Took the money and I ran. Right. The longer you stay in the casino, if I sit here all day and keep looking at the scans, no longer up. My scans are usually right here. They're no longer on the screen. I'm prone to forcing a trade. I took my money and I ran. For me, the biggest edge is in the morning when more emotions involved. Out the market, people are emotionally getting in and out. That's where you see a lot of volatility, and that's where you see edge. And yeah, I mean that's the basic trade plan. Very simple, dumbed down, and yeah, that's it.